Hi and welcome to In the Front Row, all things reactions, reviews and interviews. My name's Jamie Lee and today I'll be doing a review of the pilot episode of Gotham Knights, the TV series not to be confused with the video game of the same name. I love superheroes and one of my favorite superheroes, if not my favorite, is Batman. So I was really excited when I was given an early screener to watch the pilot episode of this. With Gotham in the title and Gotham as the location, I thought this would be CW's take on a DC-inspired superhero series, and I expected that to feature the Dark Knight himself, Batman. Instead, we open with the death of Batman and the bat signal, just the spotlight of the show, shining on his adopted son, Turner Hayes, played by Oscar Morgan. I've heard of many of Batman's sons, but I had not heard of him, and that's because they created him purely for this series. Turner is a rich, rebellious teenager who doesn't even know that his father is the city's hero. He only finds out about that secret when District Attorney / part-time uncle Harvey Dent, played by Misha Collins, informs him of Bruce Wayne's death. The trio who discover the Cape Crusader's corpse, oh, that's a tongue twister, but I actually said it properly. They are teenage delinquents and children of the enemies of the Batman. We have Duela, the Joker's daughter, played by Olivia Keegan, Harper Bluebird, played by Fallon Smythe, and Cullen played by DiChiara. This group are caught red-handed with the murder weapon, the same gun that was used to kill Bruce Wayne's parents, and the teens are framed for the murder of Batman. They claim their innocence and confess that they were anonymously hired and paid to simply steal the gun. That payment then traces back to Turner, and he becomes a suspect in the murder too. The people of Gotham believe that his intent was to inherit his father's fortune, which is kind of weak considering he's already got his father's fortune. He's literally a millionaire living it up in this mansion. So kind of weak motive, but anyway, that's what they believe. They believe it's like a kid biting the hand it feeds. At his lowest, Turner relies on his friend Stephanie Brown, who is Cluemaster's daughter, to help him prove his innocence. When in lockup, the bat brat Turner I'm full of tongue twisters today. Anyway, he is forced to pick a side. Will he side with the GCPD and trust them to do their jobs correctly? Or will he form an alliance with these mismatched fugitives?
Kelley?
Robin, played by Navia Robinson, saves the group in what is probably the most campiest introduction in the show. The dialogue is so predictable that it's actually awkward. It goes a little something like this.
Who the hell are you?
Cue the score. Then wait for a really exaggerated pause. Robin, really? You think you are the only person here in a suit? You are the only person here that has used any bat technology in this whole episode. We know that you're Robin. You don't need to be really dramatic about that. You could have just said Robin. Oh god. Unlike the comics where the team consists of allies of Batman or members of the Bat family, in the Gotham Knights series, this team is strung together with thieving siblings, a sidekick, the Joker's delusional daughter, and the Batman's orphan, who together form the next generation of Gotham heroes, as the title suggests, the Gotham Knights. So this pilot episode is loaded. There is a lot going on in this. Essentially, it serves its purpose because we are introduced to the Gotham Knights. But there is so much exposition in this. There is so much cringy dialogue where they are literally telling you what's happening instead of showing you. A good example of this is in the dialogue where Cullen tells Turner that the police are not on their side, that they are the enemy. And he didn't need to say that ever. It was blatantly obvious. They were literally standing opposite each other with the police pointing guns at these innocent kids. So we knew they weren't on the side, but he was really dramatic about it with the dialogue and just unnecessary, completely unnecessary. In saying that, with regard to the writing, the motive, the intent of these kids is quite clear. From the get-go, we know that they are on a mission to find Batman's killer, clear their name, and bring
vengeance
upon the Court of Owls to protect the city of Gotham. Some of the performances in this pilot episode were flat, bland, didn't feel authentic, and at times often felt forced. There are some exceptions to that and some standouts in the series. Olivia Keegan delivers a really fun and wacky approach to playing the Joker's daughter. Navia Robinson really brings the action as Robin and so far is the only person to use any tech. And Misha Collins, if given more opportunity, could really shine as playing Harvey Dent and maybe in the future playing Two-Face. Their performances really stood out in this pilot episode. The highlight of this episode for me was the score. It just felt very Batman-esque, if that's a thing. It was very moody and dark. It just really fit the tone of the Batman. And speaking of tone, this had the Dark Knight trilogy tone to it, but it didn't fully commit to that. You know, it was dark and it was gritty, but it didn't commit because at the same time it was torn between being that dark, gritty superhero series, but also being this campy, cheesy teenage drama series. And I am all for teen drama series. I love Glee, love The Vampire Diaries, loved All the Boys I've Loved Before, loved Riverdale season 1. Riverdale, let me be very specific about that. I'm not really making my point because a lot of them are probably rom-coms, but my point is I like teenage drama things. But this show felt super forced because it didn't know if it wanted to be that or if it wanted to be this dark, moody superhero series. So there was no real balance between the two. And sometimes it made it pretty awkward to watch. Overall, the debut was as underwhelming as the appearance of the goofy cow. Yes, that is supposed to be Batman's mask, but they are clearly on a tight budget here. I'm not going to judge them on that. I do feel like this series has potential. It has promise. I'm really hopeful that as the episodes continue, that the clunky chemistry improves, that the show goes back to some of like DC lore, I guess you could say, and that they really find fluency and find a rhythm with the show. Only time will tell if Gotham Knights will descend into the shadows or rise into the spotlight of the bat signal. Sorry, that was campy, just like this episode was. But if you want to check it out, you can check it out on HBO, HBO Max, or binge on March 14. If you watched this episode, let me know in the comments section what you thought about it all. Which character are you enjoying the most? For me, it's Robin, and I want to see more of the Joker's delusional daughter, obviously. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it, and if you did like this video, could you please give it a like? And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel, and then head on over to my Instagram and give me a follow over there as well, please. Okay, sweet as. Have a good day. Bye.